Hello everybody, my name is Peyton. I wanted to welcome you all to my wedding coordinator workshop. A lot of wedding coordinators out there have a lot of questions as to how to start out or how to improve their business and what they're doing. And so I put together this workshop for you all to kind of know some tips and tricks of what to do if you're starting out, whether you've been one for 5 years. It's totally up to you, but let's get started. First of all, you want to know the 5 W's as a wedding coordinator. These are your Bible. They are what you will live by. You want to know who is all involved in this wedding, which everybody who has a stake in it ends up being a lot more people than you may think. You have the bride and groom, which you would think is the main person that this is for. However, also involves who's paying for it. It also involves everybody who is attending. So therefore, you have a lot of people at stake in this event that you are trying to plan. You want to know what the event is for and what the bride envisions for her wedding. It's typically kind of difficult to differentiate what you have in mind versus what they do. A lot of starting out wedding coordinators will want to input too much of their own idea. But you need to sit back, listen to the bride and what she has in mind, and do whatever you can to provide this vision for her on her day. You need to know when this event is taking place, whether it's in the spring, summer, winter, all throws different curveballs at you. You need to note that. You need to plan your own schedule accordingly as to when you have them all scheduled. You need to know where it's taking place, as that throws different things at you, whether it's outside, inside, both, in a barn, in someone's backyard. All of those play different factors into how you would coordinate. And then you need to know why everybody is there. Everybody's there to celebrate the wedding, and keeping that in mind is a good kind of grounding as to what you're doing and why you're there. So I put together a few different tips and tricks for you all. There's about 8 here, however there's plenty more out there that you guys can look at. These are what I thought most important for you to take note if you do so. Number 1, bring an arsenal of supplies. As a wedding coordinator, you wear a lot of hats and there's a lot of different things that you may need to do. You kind of control a lot of different aspects. A lot of wedding coordinators bring in their own decorations for them, have a lot of tablescapes set up, so you need to bring different things accordingly. A lot of times, brides will have their own kind of emergency kit packed for them. However, they include very different things than what a wedding coordinator should bring. So never think that, oh, the bride's taken care of, because there are a number of things behind the scenes that will require you to figure out. Some must-haves I put together for your arsenal are striker lighters. Number 1. Ends up happening that all of the candles on the tables need to be lit once dinner is about ready. And if you have 50 tables, it gets pretty tricky to get them all lit in time. You don't want to be lighting them before people are sitting. It gets very awkward. Traditionally, the caterers will be the ones to light the candles. However, my team, we always had our own, and so we could just pitch in and help, and then it takes no time at all. Also want to bring along tools. Helpful tools are hammers, screwdrivers, the like. You never know what you need to fix. It's crazy how many things you kind of makeshift in the moment, and it helps so much to have those along. Also, scissors. Big thing is scissors. You want everybody on your team to have scissors and a couple extra. Somehow, scissors always end up going missing, and no one knows where they went or anything like that. But every new wedding, we always make sure everybody has a pair of scissors and a couple extra. Loose threads, different tablecloths need to be cut in certain places, all sorts of things. Scissors are a must-have. Also, to bring along extra pins and pins is very key too. Pins for different corsages, boutonnieres, all of that stuff. Different things on dresses of the bridesmaids or even the bride. And then also medicine. Just bring along, typical Advil, ibuprofen, maybe some allergy medicine. Those go a long ways for everybody involved, whether it's someone on your team or someone in the bridal party. Number 2, dress professionally. we always wore black. It wasn't a question on what we were wearing. We just always stayed black, very neutral. You never want to wear anything in the white or ivory family. That is reserved for the bride and the bride only. You want to blend in as a wedding coordinator. You really don't want to be seen. Which leads me to my next tip. Don't be in any of the photos. Like I said, blend in. You're not really there. However, you are making everything happen. That's your job. You are known behind the scenes, but that is it. Number 4, make sure the DJ knows how to pronounce everyone's name. It's very embarrassing when the bridal party enters into the reception area and the DJ botches the maid of honor's name. It's very simple to make sure that he knows how to say everybody. You can go meet up with the DJ beforehand and double check, make sure if there's any tricky names that he can get them squared away. Number 5, know how to pin a boutonniere. This one is my favorite. When I first started out in the wedding industry, I was an assistant to a floral designer, and so we made boutonnieres all the time for like every wedding. And my boss was like, all right, go give the boutonnieres to the men and help them pin them on. And I was like, okay, I've never pinned a boutonniere before. And so I went over there and I just faked my way through it. I had no idea. The first one was definitely rough. He was probably judging me. However, I just kept going and I figured it out. But knowing how to pin a boutonniere saves you embarrassment, saves time. Most men have no idea what they're doing. So that is a big one for sure. Number 6, no high heels. You might want to, you might think it'll be a good idea, you look professional, you look cute, that's awesome. However, your feet will kill by the end of the night. So no high heels. I always pack along a couple pairs of shoes. I like to have a pair of flats and I like to have like maybe a wedge if I knew I wasn't going to be there forever, because then I could handle that. But you could always bring a couple pairs of shoes, but again, not high heels. Number 7, have a great cohesive team. It makes for such a smooth running event. You don't want drama on the team. You don't want people who don't click well. I have been on teams, all of my teams have been very cohesive. Everybody got along, everybody wanted the event to run smoothly or for the wedding cake to look nice, all of the flowers to be perfect. If everybody's on the same page of creating this spectacular wedding, it just goes all the more smooth. And last but not least, trust your instincts. There's going to be a lot thrown at you at a wedding, and you just kind of have to, on the moment, figure out what you want to do. And if you're in this field, it's usually because you enjoy putting on events, you like making them work, you like having to deal with these things and thinking on your feet. And so just trust your instinct and also learn as you go. There's going to be a lot of things that you figure out, that you learn from, mistakes that you made, and then you just keep going from there. And it never hurts to talk with other wedding coordinators, figure out what they do, or if you have an event at a place you've never been to before, I'm sure there's other wedding coordinators who have been there. So it is always awesome to reach out to them. Most wedding coordinators are thrilled to help anybody out, but just never be afraid to learn more and grow as a wedding coordinator. But that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching.